Hey, everybody, this is Someone Asked. The pastors are here. We've got Johnny, Julie, Rachel, and me. I'm Ben. Glad you're here with us. We are instigating dialogue with unscripted conversations about questions that people actually ask us. It's Spiritual Gifts Month in Circle of Hope. So, hey, what's your spiritual gift? Johnny.
Some people say it's teaching.
Some people say. All right, we'll let that lie for now. Julie.
Pastor.
Rachel.
Faith.
And mine is martyrdom.
Martyrdom.
Ben, don't die. Please don't die.
No, seriously. We have this on the Way of Jesus website, wayofjesus.circleofhope.net. In the fire section, there's a spiritual gifts discernment where you can answer a bunch of questions and you kind of tally it all up. And every time I take it, one of the top hits, so to speak, is martyrdom. And I think that speaks to kind of how I'm just kind of all in. And honestly, my wife hates this, but it would be if you just had to be a Christian for 30 seconds and say, yes, I love the Lord, and someone kills you for that, that would be a very pure moment, a very, and I think I might be ready to do that. I don't know. I don't want to have to be in that situation, but more so it's like I get to go for it. I have sometimes concerning lack of caution.
I see
hear
you
that,
laying
Empire?
down your...
Ben will never apostate.
Yeah, Ben, there's a lot of honor and wholeheartedness in that I think really describes you.
I have other gifts too. All right, just for the record.
Mm-hmm.
What's faith about, Rachel? Everyone has faith that's a Christian, right?
Right. I think mine connects back to when I was a little kid in the woods, just really knowing. I remember just knowing that there was this deeply personal, intentional, creative God, and I could just feel it. And that has just really stuck with me, and I think shaped me even through all like the different struggles of my life. And I think that kind of, to me, says something about all of the spiritual gifts, as like my sense was there's something beyond me that is bigger and wonderful, someone even. Yeah. And I think that's kind of what the spiritual gifts are about. They're this like gift from God to us more than our own inside stuff coming out.
You felt the otherness of it. It was
yes.
From the outside in.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Julie, what about pastoring? You're a pastor. Of course, you have the gift of pastoring.
But I did not know it like Rachel did from her childhood. I think that the gift from God was like a process of discovery in community. I remember taking this spiritual inventory discernment thing during the process of being an apprentice pastor, because I was really asking God, what are you giving me and what am I to do with it? And I was kind of surprised that pastor came up as one of my top gifts. And but I could see it because in the context of the questions, I could see it helped me to see like what God was doing in my life and in and through me, specifically in community. And I wanted to say yes to that.
Yeah, the gift,
pastor.
And we are glad you did. I don't think we could have multiplied this congregation, Julie, without you.
Yeah, the gifts are given to us for the purpose of that the Lord has for the church. Johnny alluded to a communal understanding of his spiritual gift when he said some people say teaching.
Well, that's kind of similar to what Rachel's getting at, or even how Julie discovered hers. People experiences with God and creation and with others inform us about who we are. So it is something that's coming outside of us. And I like to listen to what people are saying and what they're discerning, because I think their voice matters too. It's really interesting that we have a list of like 26 spiritual gifts that we've randomly collected from various parts of the New Testament, which I love because
it's not random. It's
really random.
We've collected as well as we can.
Yes, I agree. But when Paul's listing out the gifts, you know, his main point is teaching his people that they have a unique offering to give to the body from God. You know, it's not necessarily a categorization that limits you to a certain box for the rest of your life. It's an invitation to participation in a fuller life with a particularity and a specificity that God matched for you. There's some intimacy there. So I guess teaching you about spiritual gifts is why they say teaching is the gift. So,
Yes.
so that's kind of how I see it. I don't want you to feel too limited in one frame or another, but you see it as an opportunity for growth that really comes from God as you participate in a body together.
Yeah, and sometimes the personality type sorters that are very popular, like the Myers-Briggs or the Enneagram is really popular among our people.
Or the sorting hat from Harry Potter.
Wait, no, they're not. I would say
Gryffindor.
I think I'm Hufflepuff.
You are very Hufflepuff.
But that's not. I don't want to equate those things. I'm thinking seriously about the stuff that does come from the inside out, you know, how I was made, who I am, how my experience shaped me. Oftentimes our spiritual gifts kind of match up, and there's this great conversation that happens between who I am kind of naturally and what God is giving me to match up with those tools. And it changes as we too change. This is the great thing about spiritual gifts and the Holy Spirit is that God is always doing what's next, and we get to be next, and we get to be on this process of grace discovery throughout our whole lives in the context of community to fulfill the purposes of Jesus in the world.
You know, it's really helpful to think about giftedness this way. Seriously, for me, even in this moment of having an experience, because when I think about my Enneagram type, I hate myself. Because it comes from within me, and sometimes I have that negative of a self-image. But if I imagine God gifting it to me, I feel better about myself because God gave it to me. I'm not responsible for messing up in order to become who I am, right? So yeah. It feels more encouraging, to be honest.
Well, and we can see, Johnny, how those qualities of your personality are actually the vehicle that God uses to influence us and grow the church. So it's good stuff.
Indeed it is. And you are good people, and I'm glad to be putting all of the good stuff that God has given us together to be doing this. Johnny, take us home.
So I invite you to participate in our daily prayer this month. I always have to tell you this, it's August 2019. Well, it's still July, but August 2019 is the Spiritual Gifts Month. Go to our daily prayer, circleofhope.net/daily prayer, to walk with us this month. And at the conclusion of the month, the 23rd and 24th, there are opportunities for you to engage in an inventory, in a session, in an opportunity that our leadership team hosts to discern more about your spiritual gifting and how we might apply it together. So look forward to those opportunities. If you like this video, you can share it around. You can even share this after August. So hope you do that. Let us know what other questions you have.
Peace.